You know, summer may be winding down, but for many parents, the real challenge is just getting the kids back into the school routine. From early mornings to first day jitters, it can feel like a major shift for the whole family. But luckily, we are joined today by psychologist Dr. Marisol De Jesus Perez to help make that transition smoother and calmer. Good morning. I'm so glad to see you. I am counting the days. Honestly, the idea of getting back to routine is so important. But you say that even though we are looking forward to having the kids occupied and in school, still getting adjusted to that back to school routine can be really difficult. And you say that it's really important that we begin that process before that school bell rings.
Definitely. Look, Paige, it's really important to have a consistent sleep routine for kids. Body being able to regulate their emotions, also important body processes that allow for them to maintain good health and keep focus throughout the day. If you are like me, we tend to be a little bit lax with routines over the summer.
Absolutely.
But the key here is to get them back into a routine on time, to give their brains the necessary buffer to get ready for that transition.
And it's also getting yourself ready too, because there's a whole nother set of realities once the school year starts, from packing lunches to managing homework. It's a big change from what we've experienced in the summertime. And one of the things that you say that's super important is to go in and begin that process now, adjusting their sleep schedules. That's going to be difficult for me.
That's going to be difficult for every parent.
They're going to have a bedtime again.
Exactly.
You know?
It's going to be difficult, but the idea is to start gradually. So if we start by setting 15 minutes earlier each night, at least 2 weeks before school start, what we're doing is giving those developing brains the chance to adjust to that routine.
So it really is neurological as well. That you're really trying to kind of keep your kids right on track. And so that sleep is so important. And also talking about meal times, and everything's loosey-goosey in the summertime when it comes to meals. That is not only important just to kind of return to structure, but from a nutrition standpoint as well.
Yes, people do not realize that we have internal clocks, and our internal clock senses sleep patterns with digestion and hormones that help regulate our appetite. So when one thing is off, the whole balance gets thrown off. So if we start with making sure that we have consistent and predictable sleep routines, and then we follow with the meals, we are helping kids regulate and set those things in motion.
Okay, so definitely starting with the routines of sleep, starting with the routines as far as meal times are concerned. And another thing that I think it's important to consider as well is that back to school can be very anxiety producing for kids. Some kids, they might have a lot of fear, a lot of trepidation. They've been out of that structure and that routine. There could be stresses going on at school. What are some key signs that we can look for as parents to determine if they are feeling excess stress, and how can we help relieve some of that stress?
Well, first of all, it's important to understand that it's normal for kids to feel a little nervous about school. So it's important to normalize those feelings and assure them that many kids are feeling this way. I think that what it's going to be key here is to create a sense of readiness and also excitement about the school year that it's about to start.
Right, and we have something on the screen right now too that I want to pay attention to, because that's what our viewers are seeing. So this is also just some basic tips for getting back into the school mindset. You say it's important to set expectations and do that early.
Yes.
And as well as do a practice run. And you also mentioned incorporate fun learning. What do you mean by that?
Well, we want to make sure that there is excitement about school, and we're not presenting school as this daunting thing that it's about to happen to them. We want them to think about what they want to accomplish this semester, academically, relationally, but also personally. For older kids, we want to talk, when do you want to get your driver's permit? And we can incorporate those things to give them a sense of accomplishment beyond the school.
And also give them a sense of structure and control if those things are discussed.
Exactly.
So how can people find more information? Where can they go to learn more?
I'm currently practicing at the Center for Integrative Counseling. You can find us on social media at the Center Counseling, and also you can go to our website, thecentercounseling.org, and we have tons of resources to help parents prepare for this transition.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.